Currently getting some work done, but I'm sipping on the Sakara detox tea. I believe that's what it's called. It's really good. And also some water. I had a little snack. I had some hummus and some pita chips. And yeah, I'm gonna get started on dinner in a little bit just because I'm gonna make lentil soup, I think. And it's one of those things where you guys know, like, it requires some time, like the chopping and the sauteing and like the cooking and whatnot. So anyways, it's gonna take some time, so I'm going to get started on it in a little bit. But right now I am on apartments.com hunting away. I mean, I know that the move is going to be in a couple of months, but I'm that person that I need to be prepared. I need to know what I'm getting myself into. And I feel like the last time that we moved to this current apartment, we were so like unprepared, and we got this place so last minute. I remember we were driving by and Mihai was like, hey, what about those apartments? And we literally like parked, jumped out of the car, went in for a tour, and we were like, all right, let's do it, because we had to move out of our previous place like in a couple of days. So anyways, I just want to be prepared. And yeah, so I'm gonna browse a little bit and then finish my tea, finish my hydro flask because I just refilled it. So this is my second one for the day, so I'm probably kind of behind on water. So I'm gonna do my thing and then we'll get to cooking. Alright, so I'm about to start making dinner just because I hate having, I don't want to say I hate having something to do, but I hate having something to do. Like, I hate sitting and working or doing something and knowing that I have to like get up and go start doing stuff. Whatever. Anyways, rant over. I'm gonna start making dinner. I'm going to make lentil soup. I just feel like I just want something cozy and I'm really craving some naan, so I feel like this will be perfection. So my recipe is super easy and super quick. The only thing that you really need to do is chop. So I'm gonna chop up some celery, some carrots, some onion, and then also I add potatoes. I'm gonna add the 2 potatoes, some lentils, red lentils. Red lentils are my favorite. And then I add beef bone broth for protein, extra protein. So overall it's gonna be a very delicious, hearty, and like proteiny soup. So yeah, and then I add cumin, I add a little bit of curry powder, salt, pepper, paprika, like that, all of that stuff, some garlic, and yeah, it'll be a great meal. So let's get started. Okay, one thing that I forgot to mention is that I like to add a little bit of like marinara sauce or something like red and tomatoey into it to make it taste better, but my marinara is bad. So this is why sometimes I don't like having like large jars of tomato sauce, because what am I going to do with it if I only need like 2 spoonfuls? So I'm going to do something very strange, and I'm going to add some ketchup to it, maybe a little bit of this Calabrian chili just to give it a little bit of like spice or something. We'll see. This will be an experiment for both of us.
Winnie had probably forgotten they were there.
Okay, so the pot is on. I added a little drizzle of olive oil, and then I'm gonna add the chopped onion, and then I'm gonna start chopping up the rest of the vegetables, but I'm gonna let the onion saute first. Okay, so all of the vegetables are in here. I just need to chop up the potatoes, but I added all of the spices, and there's a lot of them because you gotta add a lot of spices for lentil soup, okay? So I'm just gonna mix all of this up. I'm gonna add some ketchup, a little bit of Calabrian beef broth, lentils, and then it'll be done. Alright, so the soup is, or lentil soup is cooking. I covered it, put the timer for 45 minutes. Now we're just gonna let it sit and do its thing. Okay, so the lentil soup is done. I pureed it with like my hand pureer, and I squeezed half of a lemon juice in it because that makes it like delicious and a little bit tart and just perfect. So now all I need to do is make the naan bread, which I'm gonna put in the air fryer. But before the naan, I tossed in some asparagus because I don't want it to go bad. So I just added a little bit of coconut spray and some of this everyday seasoning. You guys already know the gist. One of my favorite spices ever. It's so yummy. So yeah, just gonna wait for this, maybe like 10 minutes, maybe a little less, and then I'll pop the naan in here. Okay, so this is the naan that I'm making right now, and then here are our lentil soups. You were close to me, things were different then. Where did you go? Where did you go?